Your second topic of the day, you want to introduce this Big Ten success meter?
Yeah, well, it's kind of going off the topic that was in the Discord the other day. Like I want to go Big Ten by Big Ten program and what is a successful season for them. So it could be make a Final Four or a season's a wash. It could be don't lose a bye game and the season's successful. It could really vary. But I'd like to go team by team, and me and you can decipher what would be a successful season for that team.
Okay. I am very in on this game. And also, I think this would be most fun if the way we roll this out is you have to go team by team and you have to, off memory, try to remember the Big Ten teams.
Okay. All right. We'll
So
start with Minnesota.
no Googling. You can't
Okay.
Google, you can't look at an order. You can't write
Great.
anything down. Give me all the Big Ten teams.
Okay. You want to start by Minnesota?
Minnesota?
Yeah.
Don't finish last in the Big Ten. If they finish 13th, that's a success.
I'm gonna say if they don't lose a bye game, success.
I like that.
I think
Now,
that
will it happen? I want to add that. We both give our answer and then we give a will it happen.
yes, it will.
They will not lose a bye game?
They will lose a bye game and they will finish last.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so that's tough.
So not a success. Fail grade for Minnesota.
Fail grade for Minnesota. Good luck over there, Benny. Good luck, Cameron. Next, we'll go Penn State next. Successful season for Penn State. I'm a little bit higher on Penn State than I think other people are. I can squint, and there's pieces on this roster. Ace Baldwin obviously is, I think, an all Big Ten level talent, and I think that'll get them to places. And I kind of like Mike Rose, and I'm interested to see if he does like the VCU system at Penn State. I don't think they're a tournament team by any means. I don't think they should have any tournament aspirations. I don't even know if they should have NIT aspirations, to be honest. I would say a successful season for Penn State would be finishing like 10 or above, I guess.
I think that'd be a huge success. I was going to say like win a game in the Big Ten tournament, but then I thought more about it. That doesn't mean anything at all. That would just be an accomplishment. That wouldn't be a success. Then I was going to say have Seth Lundy sit courtside once. If they do that, that's a success. Love Seth Lundy. They need to bring him back and honor him. I think my real answer is Ace Baldwin is a first-team All-Big Ten player. Like, I know that's not team-oriented, but I think what would be most important for Mike Rhodes would be showcasing that he can feature a player the same way Shrew featured Jalen Pickett, because they're kind of screwed, right? Like, I think people would have wanted to come to Penn State and be like, I could be the next Jalen Pickett. I could be the next shooter and play in this system. And right when they had that opportunity to build off it, he left. I think Rhodes could actually capitalize off some of that. If Baldwin's really good, you could trot out like, well, look at this line of Penn State point guards. Pickett, then Baldwin, transfers, and maybe Rhodes can build. So that would be the most important thing to me. Is Ace Baldwin a first-team All-Big Ten player? If he is, success. Build off it.
Okay. All right. I think I agree with you there.
That won't happen.
That won't happen. Yeah,
I
don't think that they'll finish 10th either. If that's the success thing we're going off of for me. On to your Michigan Wolverines.
Are you going in like order of bad to good, by the way? Because that hurts. If we're
no, I'm not.
Okay,
maybe I am.
Okay.
I think Michigan for me, successful season. I would say just make the NCAA tournament. I think making it makes it a successful season.
I think that's right.
They win a game, it's a great season.
I would say no hitting other coaches. If that happens, I think mailed it in. We're good. I don't know, man. Yeah, sure. Tournament.
A successful season is Juwan coaches the whole season.
Well, it's hard with his health stuff, right? It's hard to even.
Oh, yeah, well, I was referring more to like him just being like, it's time to move on from Michigan.
Can I say like keep players? Like it's a success if Doug McDaniel's in uniform next year?
I like that. It's a success if Doug McDaniel and Terrace Reed stick on for next year.
That would be my success. I care more about that than anything that happens this year.
Okay. All right. I like that. Does that happen?
Yes.
I think they make the tournament, so I say yes too.
Wow. Yeah. You're going on record. Michigan makes the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wow. I think they sneak in. I don't know if it's like playing and they find a way, but I think they find a way to make it.
From your words to my reality.
All right. Next, we're going to go to Wisconsin. Good Lord. I don't know, average more than 62 points a game. That'd be a good start. I think a successful season would be winning a tournament game for Wisconsin.
Okay, I'm a tier lower. Just make the tournament. They didn't make it
Really?
last year. They got to make it. This group needs to make it as a core. I'll say make it, and I don't think they will. I think Wisconsin misses the tournament this year.
I think they make it, but they don't win a game. And it's because of Chucky Hepburn, too. Just to give you a little peek.
Oh,
They won't win because of Chucky chucking.
I'm scared how aligned I am with your mentals right now. I mean, I don't think they're going to make the tournament, but like I like everything you're saying to me. That terrifies me.
Okay, why can't we just embrace it for what it is?
We can. We can. I
Okay.
love it.
All right, let's do it. All right, let's go on to Maryland. I think, I mean, obviously, we've talked a lot about how we feel about Maryland on this podcast. To me, successful season, I think they make a second weekend. Like, that's a successful season for me.
I'm struggling with this
Actually,
one.
sorry. Let me take a step back here. That might be a little bit too much for them. I think winning a tournament game and having a chance to go to the Sweet 16, but breaking it down a little more game by game, like they go out in a battle against a really good team. Like that'd still be a success. Like if they lose to the better team, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be mine.
So I'm struggling with if Maryland fans would think that's success because they made it to the round of 32 last year, right? So then they lost to Alabama in that round. Alabama was the best team in the country. I think that's probably the barometer for this year is like, can they exceed that or not? I would think if they just match it, they probably don't feel great because I think this team's better than last year's team. But it does feel like too high of a bar to say they need to make a Sweet 16 for it to be a success. So I don't know. I don't have a good grasp or a good read on Maryland basketball fans in general. Like I don't know if they're like screaming that it's a second weekend team or not. It's still new in the Willard era too, right? Like he kind of just has to keep building good teams and hopefully the tournament runs come. So for that reason, I'm saying a success would be finishing top 4 in the Big Ten, get a bye in the Big Ten tournament. And I think that will happen. I think this is the third best team in the Big Ten this season.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a little wrench into that or a little extra piece into that. Instead of going the tournament route, I'm gonna say top 4 and have 2 first team all Big Ten freshman members on the
Oh,
freshman team.
Kaiser and DHS.
Yeah, they both make first team, or I think there's only one all freshman team, correct?
I think if those guys make it together, Maryland is really good.
What top 4 team in the Big Ten?
Look, man, they like if you want vets, they got vets. Like Reese and Scott have played together for years. If you want a dynamic all Big Ten guard, you got that. If you want talented freshmen, you got that. Like Maryland is going under the radar, which is why I think they're the third best team by far. I think there's separation between them and the fourth best team in this conference, and nobody's really talking about it like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. So you're saying that they do finish top 4.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. All right, Ohio State. In this transition, I want to say that Ohio State's a top 4 team in the Big Ten as well. I'm really high on this Ohio State team. I still don't think people are talking about Bruce Thornton enough. I know they're mentioning him, but I truly think he's going to be one of the best guards in the country this season. Um, oh, well, what would be a successful season? I mean, it might sound bad, but isn't a successful season for them just winning a tournament game? I feel like they just
Yeah.
need to get over the hump.
That's where I landed with it is just win an NCAA tournament game. And I think honestly, given how bad last year was, I think if they just make the tournament, fans are at least like back in on Ohio State basketball. But for how good I think this team could be, I think the bar should be win an NCAA tournament game. And I'm gonna go like really pinpointed prediction here. I think Ohio State will finish 4th in the Big Ten. They will have a great season. They will get a bye. They're going to be a top 25 team most of the year. I think they get upset in the first round of the NCAA tournament, though.
Damn. Like as a what seed we
Like
talking?
a 4-13 game.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like UC, like the UC Riverside, like or
just like a gross little plucky, like they drew the team that shoots 100 threes a game and makes 39%. Like,
and their mascots are like an antelope or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, no, I know exactly what it is. It would be Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon coming in and beating them. That's exactly what it is. I'm pulling a Sean Paul here with I guess it's on par because it's Ohio State.
And I will blame Zed Key when it happens.
Yes, you will. And it probably will be
top 10 player in the Big Ten, Zedke.
crazy. Absolutely insane. Speaking of that top 10 player, it's a good transition. Let's go to Indiana. What will be a successful season for the Indiana Hoosiers?
Who's the top 10 player on Indiana? What was that transition?
They made the list.
Of top 10?
They contributed to the list that had Zed Key as a top 10 player.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
Yeah, sorry.
I made the list.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of a reach. Sorry.
Oh, you're right. I got confused.
Sorry, I didn't mean to give you that shock value of thinking that there was a top 10 Indiana player in the conference.
I was nervous.
That's on me. This is a tough one for me because I already know, or I feel like I know how Indiana fans are wired. And I feel like that factors in with some of these programs. Like you mentioned, Ohio State fans are probably just eager for their team to win a game in the Big Ten. I don't know if this Indiana team will be able to say anything outside of not making a Sweet 16 will be a success, which I think is a very high bar for this team, to be honest with you.
So my answer is just so different than what Indiana fans would say. I'm kind of scared to say it. For Indiana fans, I think a success is beat Purdue and finish top 4 in the Big Ten. I think that's what Indiana fans would tell you. Be a top 25 team in the country, beat Purdue. I think those are crazy expectations. I don't think there's a chance in hell.
That's what they did last year, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
So just repeat of last year.
But I think Indiana fans think their team is as good as last year, which is why it's crazy to me. Like the dialogue I'm hearing on a team that loses Trace Jackson Davis and Jalen Hood-Schifino, like, oh, we're right there. We still got the most talented front court in the country. We have Xavier Johnson. Like, guys, what are we doing here? I'm out. I don't think this team makes the tournament. So for me, my barometer for Indiana would be make the tournament. And I think they will fail in doing so. But I know, like, I'm way behind what Indiana fans' expectations are, so they're going to roll their eyes at that.
Yeah, I think for my personal, I think this Indiana team winning a game in the tournament would be a success for them. I know for a fact anyone in Bloomington is not going to think that. I just know for a fact.
I mean, like Trey Galloway is like a 35-minute a game guy on this team. Can't take him off the floor guy. And they got no depth in the backcourt.
Yeah, I had someone in our YouTube comments the other day talking about why do we need Dalton Connect when we got Trey Galloway? Dalton Connect is better than Trey Galloway. That's probably why. But yeah, good luck this year, Hoosiers.
By the way, Indiana social cut out a video of them asking every player on the team to start, bench, or cut Victor Oladipo, OG Anunoby, and Eric Gordon. And I just want to say the disrespect to Eric Gordon was heard and really inappropriate. I honestly couldn't believe it. Like,
can you say that exercise again? What was it?
It was they asked every Indiana player on this year's team to do like start, bench, or cut OG Anunoby, Victor Oladipo, Eric Gordon.
That's easy.
And a lot of people were cutting Eric Gordon, and it hurt my feelings. Yeah.
That's really so easy that, usually you start with who you're starting. I start with who I'm cutting. That's how obvious that is. You cut OG Anunoby.
And you would start Oladipo, and you would bench Eric Gordon.
Yeah, that should be a universal answer.
Yeah, it was a lot of Eric Gordon disrespect.
Okay, well, that's.
You mind if I take a phone call real quick, Cart?
Sure, why not?
Hello. Hello.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
What's going on, sir? How are you? Good morning.
I'm good.
As well.
I'm good. Who is this?
My name is Rakan. I'm a partner broker with Experian, the credit bureau. I'm all as well with you today, sir.
I appreciate that. That's what's up. I am recording the Sleepers podcast at Sleepers Media right now. You're live on the Sleepers podcast. So I got to hang up on you, my friend. But yeah, subscribe to the Sleepers Media YouTube channel and join the Discord. Thanks. All right, continue.
That's absolutely great. I thought you were doing like some bit where you're having some guy call you and like put it on speakerphone.
Oh, I told you we're trying to buy a new house, so I've been getting blown up with like mortgage spam calls. I've got literally 33 of them in the last 24 hours. So I've been looking for creative ways to answer the phone now, and that was a good one. Continue.
Respect to that. All right, we're gonna move to Chicago now. Your team, Budarius, the Fighting Budarius Buoys, in Northwestern. What would be a successful season for Northwestern? I think this is honestly pretty easy. I think it's just if they if they make the turn, actually, no, let me change that. I think if this Northwestern team is a top 6 team in the Big Ten, it's a successful season.
First team All-American Boo Buie.
That's success.
That's the only success I care about with this team. It's the only success they should care about with this team. He can do it. He's capable of doing it. I would go so far as to say he should do it. And more importantly than that, I would like him to have fun. I would like him to stay healthy. I would like him to hit the bars maybe 3.5 days a week during the season, as long as he's being responsible with it. Chicago's got a great bar scene, and he should be the face of that city, the face of the Midwest, in my opinion. So first team All-American Boo Buie, that's all that matters. And yes, it will happen.
I'm on board with that. Also, personal preference. I want a Brooks Barnhizer breakout season. Would love to see that.
Love Brooks. Charlie, shut up. Continue.
Oh, I was like, who the hell is Charlie? But anyways, staying in Chicago, Sleepers adopted team, Champagne Problems, Illinois Fighting Illini. What would be a successful season for the Illinois Fighting Illini? And Gregory, let give them a basketball goal, because I know you got something cooking in your head about not having team drama. Yeah. Let's stay away from that. What would Illinois have to do to have a successful season this year?
Well, the most successful thing they could do genuinely is to have less than 3.5 players transfer out at the end of the year, but that's difficult. So I don't know, man. Like, win the Big Ten tournament, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to make goals for a Brad Underwood program about the NCAA tournament. It's just hard because this is not his best team. This is probably not in his top 3 best teams, and his best teams didn't do anything in the tournament. So, like, am I really supposed to sit here and say the goal for this team is a Sweet 16? I don't think so. Like, I don't think that would be a successful year when his best teams can't even do that. So, like, they're not, and I would go like, oh, they could win the Big Ten. Nobody's beaten Purdue. So, like, I don't know. I don't know. They're just going to be a good team. They're for sure in the tournament. So, like, what are they supposed to do beyond that that could be a success?
Just give me, like, Illinois make the tournament and they play in, like, a 7-10 matchup and everyone's picking the 10 and they win as a 7 seed.
I guess win one game in the tournament. But, like, that doesn't feel good to say. Illinois should want more than that. It's just not realistic to.
But it's not realistic. It's not realistic with this team.
I'm sticking with win the Big Ten tournament. If they could hang a banner in a more flimsy thing than the NCAA tournament, and like Michigan State could win one game against Purdue for a banner. So I'll go with that. Or I mean, okay. Illinois, not Michigan State.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'll stick strong with my win a game in the tournament. And I think that they do that, by the way.
Taking the over on transfers, by the way.
On over 3.5?
Yeah.
Going off the top of my head right now, that's probably a safe. That's probably like the way Illinois, what is that, like minus 190?
I bet it up to minus 180.
Okay, understood. Moving on to the cream of the crop of the Big Ten here. I'll save your fighting Braden Smith, our fighting Braden Smith, for last. This is a Braden Smith podcast. We will die on that hill forever. Just let that be known. But we're going to talk about the Michigan State Spartans and what a successful season would look like for the Michigan State Spartans. Oh. I'm not going to play it cordial. I'm not going to play it safe. This team, if they don't make a Final Four, I think not a successful season in my eyes.
Okay. I respect it. Standards, right? That's the word.
One might say. But for this team, I think that they should make a Final Four.
Standards. Okay. I'm going to give you a real answer. I'm giving a lot of like half joke answers during this segment today. Here's a real answer. Michigan State would have a successful season if they win one banner. This is a team that I think has opportunities to win 3 banners. They are not the favorite to win any of those banners, but they have opportunities. They can do it, but they're not the favorite to. And if they get one, I think looking back on it years from now, we would say that was a success. Whether it's they beat out Purdue for the regular season, if they storm into Mackey and get a decisive win that leads to a banner there, outright, absolutely that's a success no matter what happens after it. If they win the Big Ten tournament and that's it, that would feel a little less good than the other 2 banners, but I still think looking back, like if they were to have the t-shirts on and take the picture and it's a banner that hangs in the Breslin forever, I think that's a success. Obviously, Final Four is what you would choose if you could choose it. The tournament's fluky, man. Some of Izzo's best teams lost in the first round, and some of his worst teams have made runs. So they absolutely have a chance. On paper, they'll be right there. But I'm not going to sit here and say if they lose in the Elite Eight, that's a failure of a season if they did one of the other things.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I like that. Find a way to get a banner this season.
A banner.
Do they do that?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I think they do get a banner this
Not
year.
the Final
Yes.
Four, though. It's not the Final Four.
Okay. Yes, I think they make a Final Four. I'm throwing that out there. All right. Now on to the last team, Purdue. Not even joking. I'll be honest with you.
Hold on.
I think
Hold on. Last team. Skipped over a couple of teams here.
God, I'm so bad at this. I really am.
I know. That's why I was excited for this part of the game.
Why am I bad at this? So that's the thing.
Off the top of my head, you missed 3 teams.
3?
Off the top of my head, you missed 3 teams.
God, I really am bad at this. That's my fault. My fault. Sorry, Kisei. Sorry, Tominaga.
Okay, that's one. That's one.
I forgot Nebraska.
Let's do Nebraska.
I also forgot.
Do you need keyword hints? Do you need keyword hints?
No, forgot Iowa. Mm-hmm. And then
the other one of our favorites, man.
Yeah.
Like one of our very favorites.
No, I'm out on Iowa, by the way. Not a favorite anymore.
Oh, not Iowa. You forgot the one team you still haven't named is like the one team whose AD wants to get us out there.
Oh, no.
Brutal.
God, well, I'm glad your bit was successful because I was working really hard. I'm very bad at that. I don't know why.
Let's fly through them. Nebraska.
I just play all your games.
Don't finish last. I'll give them the same Minnesota, which is kind of harsh because Nebraska is a better team than Minnesota. But
yeah, don't finish last and I don't think they finish last.
No more cake pops. Let Hoiberg keep his job and no more cake pops.
Okay,
that won't happen.
Iowa.
Make the tournament.
Patrick McCaffrey, all Big Ten second team.
Wow. I like that. Bounce back season for a guy with a new forearm tat, by the way.
Does he have a new forearm tat?
Yeah, it's a mural to his mental health battle.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in. Maybe first team all Big Ten.
Yeah, I like him.
Okay. And
I think that happens, by the way. I want to set my foot in the sand. Iowa makes the tournament. Michigan makes the tournament. Indiana misses the tournament. Wisconsin misses the tournament.
I like the energy.
Yeah,
I truly do.
Thank you.
Let's go Rutgers quickly. A successful season would be honestly just finishing with a better record than last season and proving that the guys that left were the problem.
Yeah. Does that come with like making the tournament or anything to you?
Not really, no. I think just being better than last year is all you need.
Okay.
As reassurance.
Top 10 Ken Pom defense is a success.
Oh, what about finally a good offense? Like, give me
not their job.
No, don't care.
Their job is to be true to Pikiell's identity this year, be a badly scrappy little team who everyone fears going to play except for Michigan State because they never have to go to the rack, and then keep the commitments. Make sure you don't lose Ace Bailey and you get Dylan Harper. That's a success.
Throw that in there for my success.
Yeah.
Dylan Harper needs to come before the season's over. Like, he needs to commit before the season's over. I think before Big Ten play. And I think that
also, I want one Derek Simpson 30-point game also.
That'd be nice. I think all these things that we just named happen too, by the way. Buying Rutgers.
We love Rutgers. All right, Purdue, last one.
Yep. Purdue. Not even trolling right now. They need to win a game in the tournament and they need to be matched. No. Listen, they need to be matched up with the most athletic team in the field. So I don't care what round it's in, but if you go through the tournament, all 68 teams, and you pick the most athletic team, they need to beat that team at some point in the tournament. Successful season.
Okay.
I'm serious. They need to shake the narrative.
They're one of the best teams in the country. I'm just dying that what's success for them is they need to win a game in the tournament.
Like, against the most athletic team in the tournament.
I have a lot of little mini successes for Purdue. I don't know which one to pick here. I think it would be a success if they don't lose a game to Michigan State. I think like it's so clear that it's just those two teams kind of in a tier of their own, and I think Purdue's better. So I think Purdue should take it personal and don't lose to Michigan State. However many times you play them, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, don't lose to them. I think the true answer on behalf of Purdue fans is that success is a Final Four. They've done all the Big Ten stuff. No offense, but they are kind of in a position under Matt Painter where we're not impressed with Big Ten championships anymore, as crazy as that sounds. So I think at the end of the day, it's a Final Four. They are in a spot where I said the opposite of Michigan State. If they lose in the Elite Eight, I think everybody's looking at them like, wow, they really dropped the ball again. I also think Edey National Player of the Year should be wrapped up. He's just got to stay healthy. I would call that it's a success if he wins National Player of the Year. And putting these all together, Cart, I'm going to give my true answer. 3 banners for Purdue this season. I think they're that good. I think success
regular season, tournament, and winning the whole thing, or Final Four banner.
The Grand Slam. You know what? I'm officially, this is my Purdue Grand Slam. I'm calling it this. Success for Purdue this season. I truly believe they can and should do this. Success for Purdue is 4 things. The Purdue Grand Slam. Regular season Big Ten championship. Big Ten tournament championship. They did both of those last year, by the way. Zach Edey National Player of the Year. Oh, shit. They did that last year, too. Purdue Final Four. They do those 4 things all in 1 year. Purdue Grand Slam. Success.
If they do that, aren't they the best Big Ten basketball team of all time?
There's a chance.
It's pretty crazy. Do they? And you're saying they do that too, by the way. That's what you're inferring.
I'm saying they do that. I'm saying they
Agreed.
do that.
I mean, I can't argue with it. It sounds like it's definitely within reach. You said they did. They did.
But we're acting like some of the. I want to go on right. We're acting like some of these things are really difficult. Winning the Big Ten is not difficult. Your biggest competitor starts Mady Sissoko. That's a killer giant battle you got to go through. They got Zach Edey. You got Mady Sissoko. And that's I get it. And Michigan State's very good. I get it. They lost 13 games the last 3 seasons, but I get it.
You can't go 4 podcast episodes without bringing that up.
Two of these things aren't difficult. Was it hard for Purdue last year to win the Big Ten? No. Was it hard for Purdue to win the Big Ten tournament? We sat there and watched them.
It was a little. They struggled a little bit. A little bit.
I think there was a 2-minute stretch in the first half where Roddy Gale thought he might be. It's Roddy Gale.
And Penn State almost got him too.
I don't think 2 of those things are very difficult. I think a Final Four and a National Player of the Year are difficult. Okay. I don't think the other 2 are overly hard for a team with Zach Edey and Braden Smith. I could name others, but I won't.
All right. I can't really go against you, but thank you for entertaining my exercise, Gregory. I enjoyed that. That's what I wanted out of that exercise.
Anytime you tell me to exercise, I'm in.
Did you win 1.5 today or no?
No. No. Sorry. Yeah. OnlyFans will have to wait. You're in OnlyFans grind mode though, right?
Yeah. I plan on doing these shirtless by Big Ten play.
Yeah, I mean, as the Discord got more and more, involved last night, we were texting on the side being like, damn, OnlyFans would be a lot easier than this. So figure it out. All right, final topic of the day. You asked for this. Would you like to tee it up?